Okay, so we're talking about different solution types. We're trying to figure out one solution, no solution, and if you have all the solutions or infinitely many solutions. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to solve this problem. What's our first step in solving this problem? What should we do? Distribute. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to distribute what needs to be distributed. Anything on the outside of the parentheses. You are working with me on solving this problem. We're going to do it together. It won't take us very long. Negative 2 times x is what, class? Negative 2 times 3. Negative what? Negative 4 times x. Negative 4 times 2. Negative 8. Okay, what's my next step? Combine like terms. You might have to sharpen it with... So we're going to combine like terms. What do we need to combine? The x's. Negative 2x minus x is going to give us what? Negative 3x's. And then we have negative x minus 4x. Negative 5x's minus 8. From this point, can we start solving? Yes, we can. You can use all the different methods that you want to. Box method, solving it. I'm just going to do it the way I normally do it. I'm going to pick one, either the negative 3x, the negative 6, the negative 5x, or the negative 8, and I'm going to decide which one I want to move. I'm going to go ahead and move this negative 3x. I'm going to add it because it's subtracted to both sides with its like term. I like to keep my things in order. Do you see how we're making sure that they go with each other? I'm not having them all over the place. So negative 3x's plus 3x is 0. We're left with negative 6 equals. Now we have negative 5x plus 3x. That means negative 5 plus 3, you now have negative 2x's minus 8. Now I need to see which one do I have to move to this side. So if we move to this side, that means our next move has to move something over here. So if you go this way, the next move has to be this way. That's the rules. So we're going to move this negative 8. In order to move a negative 8, you have to do it. Add 8 to both sides. Negative 6 plus 8 is 2 equals negative 2 times x. Now in order to finish solving it, we need to divide by negative 2. X is going to equal negative 1. We need to check it. So I'm going to go back to my most basic equation. A lot of you like to go back to the hard part. It's not that necessary. I'm going to plug in the value of negative 1. So negative 3 times negative 1 minus 6 equals negative 5 times negative 1 minus 8. Negative 3 times negative 1 is 3 minus 6 equals negative 5 times negative 1 is 5 minus 8. So you should get negative 3 equals negative 3. This is what happens when you have one solution. You'll be able to work the whole thing out and get one answer. We okay? Any questions? Any thoughts? Any concerns? Okay. Let's look at this one. So, first things first, what do we need to do? We need to distribute. We need to get rid of that parentheses. So we're going to multiply to each term inside the parentheses. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Are we done? What do we need to do? Combine our like terms. Yes? So can we combine anything on the left side? 2x and 4? No. So we have 3x minus 6 minus x plus 6. So we have 2x minus 4 equals 3x minus x. 2x. And then we have negative 6 plus 6. Okay, so you have 2x minus 4 equals 2x plus 0. What do you want to move? The 2x, the 4, the 2x, or the 0? The 4? Do we need to move the 4? Look, what happens if I don't have a 0 over here? I'm gonna leave it just in case though. Okay, so y'all wanna move the 4? Cool. So now you have 2x equals 2x plus 4. We just moved the equation around. Yeah, everybody's face went like this. Okay, so what should we move now? The 2x, let's go. What's 2x minus 2x? 0 equals, what's left on this side? 4. Does 0 equal 4? No. It will never equal 4. But did we have to do any of this work? Was it necessary for us to do any of that work? Yes or no? No. Once you get to this point, when you see that you have the same variable on both sides, look at your constants. If your constants are not the same, it will never work. If your variables are the same and your constants are not the same, it will never be a solution. It won't work. Look for patterns in math. We like to make math easier for ourselves. Math does not have to be super hard. Okay? Let's look at the next one. What do we need to do first? Negative 3x. What's 2 times x? 2 times negative 1? Okay, so what do I do right here? This one's kind of tricky. There's our negative sign outside. What do we do? What number is outside with that negative sign? A 1. If you need to put it there so that you know what you're doing, that's fine. So you have negative 1 times x, which is negative x. Negative 1 times 2, negative 2. What do we need to do next? Combine our like terms. So we have negative 3x's plus 2x's. How many x's do we have now? Negative x minus 2 equals negative x minus 2. Now what? You want to move the 2x? You want to move the 2? Or the x's? 2, okay. Now what? Huh? What do we move now? Why are we so stumped? What do we move? Do we have to move anything? No, at this point, when the variable was the same, the only thing we need to look at was the constant, and if the constant's the same, then it's going to be, I'm just going to write it, all real numbers. I'm going to teach y'all. This is all, I cannot spell, all real numbers. That means that any number that you put into this equation is going to make it true. You could also write infinity. You could write infinite. You can write all solutions. It doesn't matter to me. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, so let's flip it over. Okay, pick 3 colors that y'all want for, I'm just going to pick for mine. That way you can see what we're doing. So I'm going to pick orange and yellow and purple. So my infinites are going to be purple. My nodes are going to be orange. And my one solution is going to be yellow. Okay, so let's look at the first one. If you need colors or crayons or something, you can come get some. So we're going to have to distribute. Anytime I see parentheses, I always do just some distributing properties. Just make sure if you take them, you put them back, please. Negative 3 times 2x. Negative 3 times 2x. What? Negative 3 times 2x. Yep. Negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 9. Yo. Somebody do some math for me. Negative 3 times negative 9. Negative and a negative is going to equal a positive. Okay, let's combine like terms. So we have negative 6x plus 27 plus 4 is 31 equals negative 6x minus 25. Okay, infinite, none, or 1. Do we need to do anything else? No. What is it? It's none. Okay, let me show you. You can sharpen it. Let me show you the next one, what y'all are going to do. So everybody grab the other 2 papers in the green paper. Highlight this one. You're going to do the exact same thing, but instead you're going to cut it out and you're going to glue it. So if you have your paper and it's no solution, you're going to cut out the piece of paper and you're going to glue it onto here. If you want to make them smaller, so let me show you real quick. You do not have to cut them the size of the box because it won't fit on this paper. I didn't think about that. So if you want to cut it like this, so that just the letter is showing with the equation, I'm okay with that. So if you want to make them smaller, this is not an answer. I'm just showing you. That way they can all fit. So what I did is this. I kind of cut it a little bit shorter than the little box. Yeah? Or if you want to just layer them on top of each other, it doesn't matter to me either. So you're going to be doing that as well. So any questions? Does everybody understand what we're looking at? We're doing both. Y'all have the rest of the class period. Okay? Huh?